What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing today? Hopefully your day's going well. If not, it should get better with these patch notes. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is having their first ever update, the 1.07 release. There's a lot to this, but I'm going to break it down to the most important points that you guys want to know about. So obviously, the community's been talking about the 725, the M4, and of course, Claymores. There's a lot to these patch notes. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys if you guys do want to check them out. I know it helps a lot more if you read it yourself. At least that's for me. But there's a lot of things in the general category and just weapons-wise, too. In the background are some clips of me absolutely just tossing kids left and right. So I hope you guys enjoy these as a background filler. So let's get into it. So Claymores in general got changed. The range of when it triggers and the damage radius of the actual Claymore did get toned down a little bit. Don't know exactly how much, but hopefully Claymores will stop killing us so much now. The next thing is battle chatter. Now, battle chatter for me was very, very obnoxious. Half the time, I didn't even know what my character was talking about because he just screamed out something. And the other half was the opposing team hearing my call out and just turning and just instantly melting me with an M4. So I was pretty irritated with battle chatter, and I think it's a good idea, just they needed to calm it down a little bit, and the enemy team should not be able to hear your team's callouts. So they removed the ability for enemies to hear when they've been called out by the opposing team. We've also adjusted the enemy callouts so that they are never from your operator. Enemy callouts now use a more restricted cone at the hip and even more direct in ADS when calculating whether or not to trigger. They're going to continue monitoring the battle chatter in the future updates from us, so we need to give feedback and see if this is better. I haven't played it myself yet, but hopefully it's toned down a little bit. Now this feature and this change honestly didn't surprise me because right when I first was able to mount, I thought that it was broken. So the mounting, they gave it a slight increase in recoil while mounted. I thought that this was perfect because when you were mounted, you could just instantly melt people from across the map. It doesn't matter what gun you're using. If you were mounted, you're just going to melt somebody. So there is a little bit more recoil while mounted, so it's not too bad. There's some lighting fixtures for you people on PC and sometimes on console. If you had any lighting issues, they did fix certain areas, dark windows and dark areas, so that you can actually see. Now the footsteps. So basically with footsteps, they changed behind certain objects how the footsteps would sound. So they should be a little bit quieter behind objects or just farther away. They said that they're coming out with a lot more footstep changes in the future and in the next update. And they're going to make crouch and ADS movement a lot quieter. So it should have built-in dead silence with it if you're crouch walking. So apparently that's going to come into a next update. Not this one, but they have noticed that footsteps are a problem. So with the challenges and progression rank, they also changed and fixed multiple bugs. Daily challenges and active missions are getting a full sweep of testing and fixes. They're going to have a lot more in the future about this stuff. This is only the first couple weeks of this game, so there's going to be a lot of updates and fixing that is going to come. It just takes time. So they fixed a bug where the infiltrator challenge was not properly tracking. They also fixed launchers not giving XP when shooting down kill streaks. Fixed a bug where planting or defusing 5 bombs in cyber attack or S&D was not tracking. Camo challenges for kills after reload did not give the player enough time to acquire a kill, so the time has been increased. So that should be a lot easier for that camo, and I've been having trouble with that. You would think I wouldn't have trouble with it because every player in Call of Duty reloads after shooting 1 bullet, so I mean, I don't understand. So getting into the weapons, this is the beefy part. This is where all the juice is of this update and this patch. The 725 shotgun has increased the ADS and hipfire speed, reducing the range, the damage range. Now, I've seen gameplay of this patch, and I didn't see any change in it. It's still one-shots. It is crazy. It's not nerfed. I feel like it's not activated or something because I watched a clip and people were just still sniping with it, so I'm not 100% sure what's happening. The M4 assault rifle. They reduced the damage range and they gave it a small recoil increase. I'm not sure exactly how much, but it should be a little bit more noticeable because the M4 just melted. It was absolutely the most dominant gun in the game and it shredded you. Just assault rifles in general, they got an increased hip spread to reduce effectiveness up close, less damage at long range, and for the full auto 5.56 rifles. SMGs got a movement speed increase, and they got ADS also, small reduction in sprint out time for all the SMGs, so SMGs will be a little bit better now, and honestly they should have been. There's only one good SMG out of the whole category, and it was obviously the MP5, but now SMGs can actually compete with all the assault rifles. The Uzi, which I thought was really bad, got an increase in its damage range, and honestly that's really good because things kind of poopy, not gonna lie. Now hopefully this update kind of makes it a little bit better. MG34 increased hip spread, damage reduction at range, ADS slow down a little bit more. M91 LMG, my favorite LMG, got increased hip fire spread and small damage range reduction, so honestly it did melt at long range. It only took a couple bullets, but it shouldn't be too much of a notice. The PKM increased hip fire spread, medium damage range reduction, so it'll be a little bit weaker, but it's still gonna shred. The pistols all got a change with increased movement speed and increased damage range, so pistols will be a little bit easier to go for challenges. I know Drifter was having a problem with pistols. Hopefully this helps out a lot more. And there was a bug going around in the game where if you were crouched or prone, it would change your recoil in your hip fire pattern, so that is no longer a thing. So crouched, ADS, or even standing, all your aim stays the same. Now, there's some fixes for game modes all around. I'll leave them in the description so you guys can actually view them. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but Ground War got a fix where players would sometimes be unable to pick their spawn location. That has changed. Also with this update, there's a playlist update. The playlist now will be equipped with Shoot House 24/7 and the new Ground War map Farmland. Also in all rotations, Hardpoint will be available, and honestly I'm so excited for that because Hardpoint was one of my favorite game modes. All the maps are free. Every single map that they come out in Call of Duty is going to be free unless otherwise posted, but everything is going to be free. So all the maps that come out today are free to everybody on all platforms. But that's pretty much it for the update. If you guys do want to stay tuned with this, I will leave it in the description for you guys so you can view it yourself. There is a lot more to it that I did not explain, but those were the main points that I wanted to get by you guys. So hopefully this kept you updated, and if it did, don't forget to leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, I don't normally do Call of Duty videos, but I'm giving it a try, and I'm going to see what my channel thinks about it. But genuinely, I enjoy the game, and I have a blast playing it. I do rage a lot because certain guns, but it should get less rage-inducing soon, hopefully. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're having a wonderful night, or whatever time it is for you. I hope that you have a wonderful time. And I will see you guys in the next video, and keep playing COD, keep grinding, boys. I'll see you later. Peace.
Reinforcements in. UAV standing by.
Domination. Capture and hold the objectives. Enemy at the forklift. We're halfway there. Keep fighting. They control 2 objectives. Securing Bravo. We've got Bravo. Enemy personnel. UAV overhead. Friendly care package inbound.
Negative on reinforcements. HQ disabled. Reinforcements inbound. Almost done here. Ready up. Get to the new HQ.
X-ray spotted.
Counter UAV available.